Okay. Well, happy National Apprenticeship Week. Anybody that is, I guess, joining us here today. At the moment, we've got two sessions going ahead. So at the moment, we've got Mark down in Lincoln doing a football session. We've also got Dave doing a football session as well in Norfolk. So I guess our practical training day. The reason why we do this is to give all of our apprentices, some ideas, practical training session ideas that they can then share in school. So we cover all of the curriculum, from football, tennis, badminton, cricket, you name it. I guess we deliver it here at Inspire Plus. And they're good days, they're fun days. And like I say, the main idea is to give all of these apprentices some ideas that they can then go back in school. We share lots of resources, lots of lesson plans as well. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of a look at Dave's session. He's always telling us how good he is at football. So have a look. I guess just to give you a bit of an idea of, I guess, the format of our training, we do in Inspire Plus, we try and include 2 training sessions, practical training sessions a month. Like I say, the main focus is to cover all of those areas in the PE curriculum, to give students a bit of an idea of how to plan, deliver, and evaluate their sessions. I think the biggest benefit of this, other than the fact of that they're gaining a better understanding of all of the topics covered in the curriculum, is that we also try and improve your apprentices' delivery. So a lot of these sessions will be focused around sharing ideas, but also getting apprentices to lead and deliver some practical sort of ideas around the sports that we cover. Just to familiarize yourself with some of the skills and activities that fall into a football, and help build your confidence to then go off and deliver them in school. So that's one of the main reasons why we actually try and cover these sessions. We are still waiting for one more cohort. And when they do join us, we can go live there and share it. So look at Dave's. How are we doing, Dave?
Yeah, good. I've just set them up with a football-related warm-up or drill that they've got to come up with. So I'll come around and get some footage, and then they'll bring it back in and deliver it to the group.
Lovely. I was going to ask what was the topic today. Obviously, it was football, but was there anything specific you wanted to look at, or was it just getting them to share their own ideas?
No, just very general, to be honest.
Yeah.
But more geared towards the teaching than the coaching. I just spoke to them then. They're they're two very, very different things. So gonna keep it pretty basic for stuff that they can take back into their schools. They're all in primaries. There's no secondary here. So.
Lovely. And I was just explaining to anybody watching that the benefits of the practical sessions that we do. But I don't know if you wanted to sort of elaborate on that, Dave, as well. What do you think the benefit of these practical sessions are?
Oh, they're an absolute godsend. You speak to the apprentices about what are the useful bits of the course, and for the majority of them, this is what they'll come up with.
Yeah.
There's no substitute for getting that experience and taking it back into schools and having ideas that they can use in schools. I think, sometimes we forget that a lot of them may not have done anything like this before. They may not have delivered anything in schools. So even what we consider, you take it for granted, some of the stuff that we do, but they may never have seen it or delivered it. So this is brilliant. My favourite bit, and as I say, for most of them, that tends to be their favourite bit as well.
Dave, Fun Fridays. I think that's the.
Definitely.
Give us a little demo. Give us a little demonstration, Dave, of what's going on.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm just trying to get it into shot.
We can see.
So they're just coming up with literally a warm-up or a little skills practice, just a couple of minutes warm-up, and then we're going to come back in as a group and we're going to deliver each other's warm-ups or skill drills. You may have to bear with me. The venue that I'm in, that doubles up as a gym as well. So the music is always pretty pumping. So I don't know whether you can hear me well enough over the top of it.
Yeah, no, I can see it, Dave. Don't worry about that. It looks really good. Really good.
Brilliant.
No, it looks really good. So,
one more minute, guys.
Like I say, the idea here for anybody who's watching is, like I say, I mentioned it before, but it's just giving them some ideas that they can sort of go off and use in school. So, if they can work together, collaborate, come up with ideas, and demonstrate some of the sessions they would then replicate in school. For me, I think it's a no-brainer. I always say to the apprentices that join my sessions is, for the last 10, 15 years of me coaching and teaching, if I've seen an idea, I've stole it, I've liked it, I've wrote it down, I've made it my own. So I think that's, again, one of the biggest things here. We share ideas, write lesson plans down and start building, I guess, the apprentice's own resource or lesson plan templates as well. So really, really good. So have a little flick over to Mark as well. See how he's getting on. Unfortunately, Mark's microphone isn't working today. However, we can still see. I guess if there is anybody watching and you do have any questions about what is going on in today's sessions, please feel free to leave a comment. If you've got any questions for Dave or you've got any questions for Mark, then please let us know. So is this one of the warm-ups, Dave, that they've come up with?
Yeah, so this is Jamie and Beth, who have come up with a little warm-up. The rest of the group are going to have a go. Getting a move. You probably won't notice it. The venue here is brilliant. It's very cold today, very cold. So we'll encourage a bit of movement as well.
I think as well, Dave, it's good, the ideas that they're coming up with now, although it might be really basic to some of them, some of the other people in the group might not have an understanding of football or have never done it before. So like you mentioned, it's really good for everybody to collectively work together and start sharing ideas.
Yeah, I get some really nice ideas as well.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I never really see anyone deliver that much anymore. So my ideas are still probably some of the ones that I've used for years and years and years. So any kind of ideas that I can magpie off them, it's lovely.
Yeah.
That's my favourite bit. They do something and I see it and think, oh yeah, no, I'm having that, and use it, in your own sessions.
That's part of being a coach, isn't it? Stealing people's ideas, making them into your own.
Too right.
Now it looks really good. That and flick back over to Mark for a second, see what's going on. And we've got a student sort of led activity here.
Nice, like that. Oh, of course, sneaky, Owen, sneaky. That was a funny five. Got half of the group here today, including me, Josh, left footers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, five of us here, left footers.
You don't usually see that.
You don't at all, do you? I'm
No.
normally on my own. When I have a group with the apprentices, it's normally me and possibly another. But yeah, the first four people that turned up today were all lefties.
That is unusual. Right, we've also got cohort joining us, Dave, so we're going to jump in and look at the session that we've got going on there. How are we doing, Grantham cohort? Can you hear me? You there?
Hi, Grantham cohort here. We're doing great.
Fabulous. Well, we seem to have lost a little bit of kind of Grantham cohort, but I still think we can see them. So just to give you, anyone that's watching, giving a bit of an idea of what's going on, at Grantham today they're doing some inclusivity training where they have one of our amazing coaches in from Inspire Plus, and they're going to be giving some inclusivity training around how they can adapt certain sports that they have. Okay, they're going to cover certain sports like bocce, I think the goalball, seated volleyball, and they're all really, really good and important sports that hopefully that these students can learn and take and implement into some of their schools. We do it across all of the cohorts, so it's not just Grantham. We have the same training in Norfolk, Lincoln, Grimsby, East Riding, and it's been really, really good this year. Really good this year. So as you can see now, we've got all three of our sessions running. We've got the football training in Norfolk. I believe we've got football training or multi-skill session going on up in Lincoln, and then we have our inclusivity CPD taking part in Grantham. So we've got three of our sessions going on at the moment in time. We also have Grimsby and East Riding's training going on a little bit later, where we're still looking at football. I like to say the main idea for these sessions is to share some ideas, make you feel a lot more comfortable about delivering sessions in school, and also to build your portfolio of resources, lesson plans, and ideas around all different sports, because we do get quite a lot of apprentices coming to us and saying, I'm unsure about delivering football, or I'm unsure about teaching basketball or netball. I think that's very normal. I think as a PE teacher, a PE apprentice, you have to have some form of understanding of all of the sports that you coach. But at the beginning, it's definitely hard. So the reason, again, we do that is to share ideas with all of these sports, and hopefully make you feel a lot more comfortable about delivering these sessions in school. And ultimately, it's a good, fun session as well. And it's definitely my best part, or my most enjoyable part of what we do in terms of the training.
You have to let me know, Josh, if you want me to drag any of them over. And
yeah, we'll do that in a second, Dave. We're just having a little bit, but yeah, I like the idea. We'll we'll have a chat with them and see why they like the sessions as well. Let's have a little bit of a look at Dave's session. I think we've got one of the apprentices starting to deliver their warm up.
Which is very wide at the minute. With smaller kids, make it a bit smaller. 90% of the time, tagging will probably win because they're closer together. But it's just something to get, the power up, the legs, get the legs really warm, ready for the football. So if you want to kind of go through, it's 3, 2, 1.
I think on these practical sessions as well is we're not just sharing ideas, we are also trying to improve your ability to coach as well. So we will look at, making sure that you're structuring your sessions correctly. There's lots of different ways to structure a session, so we try and cover that as much as we can, from the warm-up to the main activity to the skill part of the session to a game-related activity. So we try and cover that, looking at different coaching philosophies and models, things like that. We also, look at the importance of, demonstrating well, adding your coaching points into the session, and actually getting a message across within your lesson. I was actually speaking to one of our apprentices the other day, and I was trying to explain to him that PE is like any other, any other sort of subject in school. They have to learn something after the lesson. Like maths, like geography. So, trying to make sure that learning is present in the session is something that we're really, really focusing on as well. But as you can see in Dave's session, they're sharing ideas. They're doing a little bit of, by the looks of it, an attacking and defending session, or it looks like a bit of a dribbling activity. He's being there really well.
Blue card.
Blue card.
Oh, nice step over, Dan.
Some silky skills going on in your session, Dave.
There is, yeah. They're going to put me to shame. I'll join in later on.
Oh no.
The old timer getting involved. 50 this year.
Don't look it, Dave.
You're still young at heart.
That's
I can still keep going.
That's it. Let's have a little bit of a look at the inclusive session that we've got going on down in Grantham.
Like that one. Yes, Beth. Oh. That's going out live, Harrison. Nice. Yeah, lovely, like that. Has anyone seen that one before? Yeah. That's nice. That's nice, like that. Let me pop that over here. Right.
So I guess on top of, we've got the practical session today. We've also had a lot of other questions related to some of the, the coursework side of things of what we do here at Inspire Plus. So as I said, we try and include 2 practical training sessions a month, where we cover all of the sports and the curriculum. Other lessons, we try and cover sort of theory online sessions where we cover all of the elements of the portfolio, the coursework side of things. So ranging from our level 2 community activator coach to our level 3 teaching assistant qualification, our level 4 sports coach qualification as well. Those are online lessons I use for delivering that course content as well. We also have independent learning days throughout our curriculum where students will take part in certain tasks that their tutors sort of put on. So it might be an open university course where we sort of get you to do an online sort of session there around a certain topic that we're covering. So, for example, safe coaching practice. We might do an independent task around that, or is it planning and coaching and delivering? We might do an independent learning course around that. But like I say, these practical sessions that you're seeing here today is one of the biggest things that, for me, what makes Inspire Plus one of the the best apprenticeship training provider, PE-based apprenticeship training provider that there is, because we offer not just the the theory side, but we also offer the practical training as well. Which for me, if you're a coach and a PE teacher and you're wanting experience of working in school, then for me it's really, really important. Just quickly as well, all of our coaches that you can see here today, qualified teachers, qualified coaches, years of experience in the industry. I know, Dave, previous teacher, obviously now working part of the apprenticeship program as well. I still think, Dave has does a fair bit of work in primary schools and as well. I know Mark really specializes in the inclusivity side of the curriculum, so he really leads on that side of things, including boccia, new age curling, goalball. He's got a real sort of keen eye on that, which is great. It's nice to see all of our sort of sessions going today at the moment. Maybe can we try and let's see if we can head down to Grantham and see if John will be happy to talk to us. If he's there, can you hear me? Can you see me? And just give us a little bit of a taster and overview of what is going on today. If connection will allow us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm really good, John. I just wanted to see if you could tell us a little bit about what's going on down in Grantham today.
Yeah, certainly. So we've got Carl from. Oh, you know. Oh, hello. That's I can hear it. We've got Carl from Inspire Plus doing inclusion training today. So the Youth Sport Trust resources are called Sportability, top Sportability now, so that we can get young people involved with sport from a young age, regardless of their special needs, disability. So our guys are pretty much 100% involved in working with children who've got special needs. So this is going to be quite useful.
Yeah, the training is really good. I know he came down and did it with my Grimsby guys, and they took some amazing ideas down into their sort of schools as well. So no, it's really good.
Cool. Yeah. So what they do at the moment, they're getting the boring bit, the facts and figures, and then what Carl will do is take them into introducing them to new age curling. We're going to have boccia as well, and if we've got time, we will make use of our wonderful court to do a little bit of seated volleyball. But at the moment, it's the chalk and talk bit.
Yeah, lovely. And John, sorry, just very quickly, I'm asking all of the tutors as well. Why do you think these practical sessions are beneficial? Why do you think they're really important for their apprentices?
I think the main thing is, first of all, it gives them a chance to get together and be sociable. Second of all, they've got to get all these new ideas for school now, so that they may be aware of equipment that's in school, or activities that are coming up that they're being asked to run, or indeed think outside the box and do things differently. And we're hopefully giving them some ideas that they can take back to school, free resources, equipment use that they perhaps hadn't thought of before, and just enthuse them so that they can go back and maybe, I know on this occasion, run a club for children who don't normally do sports clubs. They might be able to come away today with some ideas for that.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I couldn't have said it better myself. And just give a quick sort of tour of your facility. We're showing off some of the amazing facilities that we've got. Plus.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're very lucky. We use Grantham Tennis Club. I'm just going to pop over.
That is huge.
We've got a four-court indoor court that we can make good use of. So with or without the net, we can do pretty much all indoor sports. And we just finished competing with aerobic tennis, which is why we have music in the background. But as you can see, we've got full use of an indoor court. When the weather's nice, we've got use of outdoor space as well. So yeah, we're very, very lucky here in Grantham.
Good. I think, obviously, I was just saying as well, I think that's what sets us aside and makes us really good at what we do, is that we do offer this practical training. And I think it's one of the the best things and the most beneficial things from what these apprentices get. And I guess it's fun and it's enjoyment as well, and it definitely builds those social skills as well. So I think really appreciate you letting us know what's going on in Grantham.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and learn some more stuff. See ya.
See you in a bit. Great to hear from John there about what is going on down in Grantham. We'll have a little bit of a look at what Dave's doing and see if he can maybe... Can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, I can.
Lovely. I wanted to ask if we could maybe speak to one of our amazing apprentices and find out why they think the practical sessions are useful and beneficial.
Yeah. Any preference on level 2 or level 3?
Up to you, level 2 or level 4. I'm more than happy. Trying who's going to be willing to stand out and talk to us.
Yeah, we'll get Owen. Owen's converted level 2 to level 4. He's one of our more
experienced ones. Connection is not amazing at the moment.
Is it not? Can you hear me
now? Sort of. Let's have a look. Run with it, and we'll see how it goes.
Right. Well, Owen here, who is converted from level 2 and is now on the level 4 program. He's never present for coming to these practical sessions. What is the value of these? What's good about them?
I think that they really just gain the experience of knowledge that we didn't know before. I think you pick up something.
Hang on, Dave. Sorry, Dave. The connection isn't, honestly, it's not great. I don't want to waste this amazing opportunity of speaking to one of our apprentices. So let me just, we'll try and come back and do it in 2 minutes. Is that okay? If you maybe try and find a different space in the hall or where you are, that might work as well.
Yeah, let's head back over.
Sorry, Dave.
No, you're right. Is that getting any better now as I walk towards
it was
civilization?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. We'll do that. Yeah. Sorry, Owen.
Right.
So yeah, what's good about session?
It's really good for knowledge on transporting all of them. So I mean, I can't touch up someone that knows a lot about football, but there's a few of these one-offs or a few things I'd say I know that I probably wouldn't have seen before, or at least wouldn't have thought to integrate into school. And they're really helpful for subjects such as such as netball, which I don't have any knowledge on. Coming here and listening to people like apprentices like KE, who's really good at netball, knows the stuff, can teach me what I can take into my school as well. It's really handy.
Yeah, that was a good one for me as well, netball. Because again, people were more swings for netball than me in the group, and there was loads of ideas there that I hadn't seen before when they ran a session for me. So,
no, that's amazing.
And you find any difference between level 2 and level 4?
I would say just some of the course are more difficult. I'd say, it's a bit more challenging. There's a few more words in there that are a bit harder to understand, but I guess as expected, when you go up from level 2 to level 4, it's progressively harder. It's definitely more directed at the coaching side or the teaching side of things as well, rather than kind of community aspect to it, which is good to have both sides really like the community we love to and get good knowledge on sports coaching as well. Brilliant. Lovely, thanks.
Okay. Thanks for that, Dave.
It's time for me to
Yeah, I think we got some of it. I think there's just a few audio, for some reason, there's a few audio issues, but no, I appreciate, speaking, I'll get one of the apprentices to tell us about why these sessions are beneficial, and also, I guess, the jump from level 2 to 4. So no, that was great, Dave. Thank you for that.
Lovely, not a problem. Right, let's get active.
All right, let's have a little bit of a look at what else is going on today. Let's have a look at Lincoln, see what's going on in Lincoln. Again, unfortunately, we haven't got a working mic at Lincoln, so we can't speak to Mark. Who knew Mark was so quick? I've not seen him run that fast for a long time. I was just mentioning when me and John was talking there again about the social side of this. I think that's just something that I wanted to mention as well, is that quite a lot of apprenticeship providers do, and we do. We look at the online aspect, and quite a lot of our online is delivery is done by teams, but these practical training sessions for me are really important because they get to socialize, they get to sort of spend time with each other. Share ideas, and I think that's really, really good because that social aspect is really important. It's a good skill to have, especially working in a school. Like I say, just looking at Mark's session here, very competitive, Mark there. See, we can have another look down at Grantham, see what's going on. Still getting the facts and figures of why the training is important.
This is going to be sort of, I'm pretty sure it's quite hard to train website. So have a download the resource, all download that data you've got there. Have it's a lot easier to get on it. Just sort of finding
some good numbers down there today. I think we've got a mixture of our level 2 and our level 4 students in Grantham this morning. And just on that, I think that's really important as well. We mix the level 2s with the level 3s and level 4 apprentices that we have. And I think the biggest beneficial, or the benefit of doing that is that, again, you share ideas. You might have a level 4 that's been in the school for, almost 2 years now. So those ideas that they've got, they can sort of pass over to level 2 students who it might be something that's completely new to them. But I guess not just practical ideas. I think just what life's like to be in a school, and they can give some pointers of what the apprenticeship was like because they've obviously been on the level 2 program themselves. Sometimes I guess they can help with certain issues in school or concerns as well. I think it's really useful if you've got somebody that's been on that course and been down that program and spent a year in the school already to pass on that knowledge and skills that they've already built, which is great. You can see John getting in there, getting involved as well. Can't help himself, that inner teacher within him.
I must say, for my personal opinion, it's often the kids who especially if and that's all. So, and it's not just and that's what we really getting about. It's not that step. It's on this.
Let's see what other questions we've had from apprentices about the course. I had a previous question from a student who was asking me if the work was hard or the workload was hard. I guess it's a hard question for me to answer as the tutor, but I don't necessarily think the workload is hard. I think it's a case of time management. You'll have a portfolio of work that you have to complete while you're on program. You'll also have, if you're with a level 2, you have reflective accounts where you have to sort of reflect on what you're doing in school. And I think that's a big part of what we do. You've got to make mistakes. That's part and parcel of an apprenticeship, as long as we're learning from those experiences. So, the reflective accounts for me are really important. Students also have a duty of ensuring that something called one file, their off the job, is up to date, and that is really just logging all of their off the job training. So all of the training where they do with us, the online sessions, the practical training sessions, the independent learning tasks. They have to kind of keep a diary of that over the course of their year, which is great. I guess all of this is building them up to their endpoint assessment, which then they sit at the end of their course. As I say, these practical training sessions for me are really, really the most important part and most enjoyable part, definitely, of what we do. From a school point of view, I speak to a lot of teachers, I speak to a lot of head teachers, PE leads, and they love these ideas. Because we're essentially building the apprentices and adding more strings to their bow, so that when they do go into school, that if not just the apprentices, sometimes there's some teachers that don't like delivering dance or don't like delivering football. So if an apprentice, they have an apprentice there that will step up and take these sessions, I think that's absolutely fantastic, and they become an asset in their school, which is great. We also do offer the CPD sessions up to teachers and members of staff that are in schools as well. So, for example, you know, this training session that you're seeing here down in Grantham, you know, quite a lot of time we do offer out to schools as well. If there's members of staff that want to upskill themselves, or if there's a head teacher that wants to upskill certain teaching members in their school, then we can do that as well. Which again, I think is a great incentive as well, because we do want to try and obviously improve apprentices, but we also see that the benefit of bringing other teaching members or members of staff from these schools into these sessions as well, because we want to try and help as many people as possible. Ultimately, our goal is to try and improve or support the delivery of PE as much as possible. So we're trying to make PE as good as it can be for students at school, and provide them with as many opportunities as possible. So that's what's going on at Grantham. Let's have another little bit of a look at Norfolk. See if we can see Dave Upton showing us some silky skills. There he is. No, I don't lose it.
Pounds per sec. So what we have is about £120 per sec.
I say if there is anybody sort of looking at the stream, watching the stream, and you have questions, please ask away. I think one of the tutors as well mentioned about the Apprentice of the Month that we have as well. I think it's nice to maybe mention that. So we have an Apprentice of the Month competition here at Inspire Plus, really just to celebrate the good work that our apprentices do in schools. So every month, the members of staff or tutors will nominate apprentices in their cohort that have done really, really well. Then at the end of the month, a board will look for all the applications and rightfully nominate an Apprentice of the Month. We've had some amazing apprentices Inspire Plus, and I think the Apprentice of the Month is just a good way of celebrating all the hard work that they do. I think in the past, Apprentice of the Month has gone for hard work in school, going above and beyond, helping support the delivery of PE within the school as well. So for me, I think it's really, really good, and it's a good way to celebrate all the hard work that people are doing. Right, let's come back off. I can see Mark is with us. I'm going to ask Mark a question, although he cannot hear me. He can hear me, I can't hear him. So he's going to use the chat function for me, and he's going to answer me. My question is, why, Mark, do you think these practical lessons are beneficial for the apprentices? What's the best thing they get out of these practical sessions, do you think? You have to bear with, because obviously we can't hear Mark, but he's going to give me an amazing answer that I can share with you all. I guess they get to put practical knowledge and then take back into the schools what they use with the children. So yeah, no, definitely. I think that. And how's the session going today, Mark? Sorry, quickly. Is it good? Thumbs up? Yeah. Fabulous. Love that. We're all going to get thumbs up. Oh, there is Amelia. How is the session going today, Amelia? Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that your mic doesn't work. So just go thumbs up. Thumbs up. Great. Thumbs up from Lincoln, which is amazing. Also, Mark, I didn't know you could run as fast as that. I'm very impressed with your running speed today. Well done.
Mine?
Get involved.
Oh, no. That was definitely first gear. I'm preserving
So
my
we've got
energy.
all 3 of our sessions running now. Just going back to the Apprentice of the Month. If you do want to, go on to our website, we've got some amazing case studies on there of previous apprentices that have done the
Right, guys,
course,
can we just
been there,
please comes
got
up?
the T-shirt, and can really give a good overview of what the course is like. It's one thing coming from me, but coming from previous apprentices that are currently on program, I think is really, really good. And we've also got a lot of good information on there from previous Apprentice of the Month who have won the award, and I guess why it's really, really cool for them as well to win the award, which is amazing. So if you kind of, if you like what you're seeing, if you think these practical sessions are something that you would enjoy, and if you think the program is something you would like to enjoy, if you've just simply got more questions about, who we are, what we do, and why it might be something, for you, then make sure you go onto our website. Our email will be on there. You can email us any questions that you have. There's also an application process. There's an application form on there that you can fill out and you can register your details, and it lets us know a lot about you, your previous background, your knowledge, things that you do, things that you like. And then, our application process is, is open. So we're starting to take applications in. And I think the sooner that you do it, the more chance we've got of supporting you and finding you a school for the next academic year. So, if it is something you want to do, or if you simply have more questions, my advice to you is going over to our website, or ask me some questions now if you want. We can do that, and get your application in. I think that the earlier you do it, like I mentioned, definitely the better. We work with so many schools, coaching companies, organizations within the sporting industry. So if you want in a career in a school, or you want to move into coaching, then we can definitely help and support with that. Another thing I do want to mention about the practical training sessions that we have, we do work a lot with sport in national sort of governing bodies as well. So things like the FA, the LTA, they're sort of organisations that we work with, and we try and work with as well, because there's quite a lot of incentives and programs that these companies and these organisations offer that I think are really good and beneficial for for apprentices and schools that we work with. So, for example, last week we did a session with the LTA Tennis. They came down and they delivered some CPD around tennis that helped our apprentices a lot, because tennis was something they were a little bit unsure of. And they came down and they delivered a session around tennis to give them some ideas they could take in school. They also got the opportunity to take lots of free resources into school. I think they were also given the opportunity to look at funding kit as well in schools. So I think that's really good. The FA, in the past, we've done work with them around Disney Shooting Star CPD to try and improve the participation rates of girls football in primary school. It was an amazing course. That it was a course focused around the Disney franchise, and the incentives were to try and improve and push participation rates of girls football in schools. So we do a lot of work with different organizations within these practical sessions, because there's always an opportunity for us to try and improve what we do. And I think that is one thing we are starting to definitely do as well, is work with lots of different people. And one thing I especially like to do is I like to try and work with different and local clubs within our organization as well. So if it's football clubs, rugby clubs, badminton clubs, I also try and like to encourage them to come down to our local practical sessions as well to see what happens. In the past, we've had people come down from local rugby clubs where they've delivered sessions and watched what students have done. And then there's also been an opportunity for those apprentices to go down to those local rugby clubs and take part in sessions at weekends and gain some more coaching experience as well. So, like I say, these practical sessions help not just the apprentices, not just the schools, but also local sporting clubs and communities that we have. I wonder if we pop back down to the Grantham cohort. I wonder if Mr. John Clack is there again for us. And I'm wondering if it's possible to maybe speak to one of the apprentices about why the practical training sessions are good for them. It's a big if. I can see Ria is chasing him around the court. Let's see. John, can you hear me?
They can actually try out the sport. So, for example, they're doing boccia now, which some of them might have never done before in their lives. They might have seen the equipment in the school, don't know what it's for. So we try and teach them basic ways that they can use and they're taking to school.
Yeah. John, do you think it'd be possible to speak to one of the apprentices about why these sessions are good and beneficial?
Is that what you're asking? Yeah, they're good so that they can actually try the sports out. So again, with a sport like boccia, they may know the equipment, may never have seen it before. If they like it and they want to take it into their schools, they can go and buy the equipment, or they can even borrow it from a local provider like Inspire Plus, but there'll be others around as well, I'm sure.
Lovely. Can you hear me, John?
Only just, yeah.
Okay. Can we speak to one of the students, do you think?
Yes, I'll find you someone in a second. Hang on. We'll go about Jay.
Hi, Jake. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very faintly.
Not right. I'm going to shout and try and be as loud as possible. I want to know, my question to you is, why are these practical sessions beneficial and what do you get out of them? What's the best thing you get out of these sessions?
Oh, I'll get loads out of these sessions. So basically, what I mainly get out of it, because obviously with this, I have a few SEND, but not a lot. So yeah. I use this is all like fun little warm-up games for like my lessons, because obviously in school sometimes you get into the routine and doing the same thing all over again. But coming to these every like month or so just gives you so many new ideas, and it just makes everything fresh and more fun.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. And are you on the level 2 or the level 4 program?
I'm on the level 4. I was on the level 2.
And what have you seen? What's the biggest jump, or what have you seen as the biggest sort of maybe challenge from the level 2 to level 4? And what is the biggest change?
I'd just say it's the responsibility.
Yeah.
It's because obviously you've been in that school for a year. If you're at the same school, they they know that you know what you're doing, so they give you a bit more freedom, give you a bit more choices, and just overall give you more responsibility on what goes on in the school.
Love it. And two more questions. What are the roles and responsibilities that you have as a PE apprentice in the school?
So at the minute, I have trained the playground leaders so they could do their own thing at lunchtime and break time to create new games. I teach pretty much every class PE every week. I help the young ambassadors with like their tasks that they need to do for the young ambassadors and for like the assembly for the Olympics. Help them with that and help them in class as well. Like I've got reading groups to do. I take people out for maths. I take people out for English. It's just literally a bit of everything.
Yeah, lovely. Final question. Why would you recommend the PE apprenticeship to somebody that might be interested in moving into teaching?
Could you repeat that again, please? Sorry.
Yes, sorry. Why would you recommend the apprenticeship to somebody who wants to move into teaching? Why would you recommend the PE apprenticeship?
Oh, because it's literally, I think, because I went straight from school to the apprenticeship, I think it's a good little stepping stone to get you further. Because, like, I had the opportunity to obviously do level 2, get a year in at school, like the work experience, which is really good, and then I could have gone on to uni and become like a full qualified teacher or coach or something. But I decided, I loved it so much here, I decided to stay an extra year and a half to do level 4. And then progress on afterwards. So it's a really good stepping stone to 1, get the experience, 2, to see if you actually enjoy it, and 3, to just like have fun because I love it.
Good man. No, I appreciate your time. Thank you for talking to us. I'll let you get back to your session now, mate. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
Nice to hear. As I said, it's nice to hear from me and talking about the apprenticeship and why these practical sessions are good. But speaking to one of the actual apprentices themselves about why the apprenticeship is beneficial to them, whether they like it or not, some of the things that they do. I think it's nice to hear it from them. They're the people there on a daily basis, getting the experience. And I think the biggest thing there that that he mentioned there was about the experience that he's getting. He's getting paid experience, so he's getting paid for being on the job. He's getting paid for learning about, and gaining a qualification. And he's getting that experience. One of the biggest things that universities ask is, do you have experience? What experience do you have? And it's one of the biggest things as well. Once you've got your degree, people, schools, employers will ask, what experience do you have? And if you can say that you've been in school for 12 months or 18 months, depending what apprenticeship that you do, I think that puts you in a really, really good place. Really good place. Let's pop back and have a little bit of a look at Norfolk. See if we can see Dave doing any silky skills. Dave, good demonstration there. Okay, so we've seen a lot of the practical sessions that we've done. You know, we've got the sessions up in Lincoln, you know, Norfolk, Grantham. We've got my sessions today that are taking part in, you know, East Riding and Grimsby. Just to summarise then, look, I think the sessions are really good because, like you say, you've heard it from the apprentices as well. It gives you that experience and that know-how and builds your skills around what you can then go off and deliver in school. So I hope, you know, the live streams today have give you a bit of a taster of what we do, who we are, and I guess, as I said, whether it's something that, you know, it is for you as well. So if you do have questions, please make sure that you go onto our website. There's an application process on there. I guess there's lots of case studies from potential, you know, from employees that have had apprentices. There's lots of case studies on there from apprentices that, you know, that have been there, been on the course, and, you know, we'll give you a bit of an idea of why it might be for you. And there's an application process on there for you to sort of get your application in and for us to start to get the ball rolling and trying to find a place for you for the next academic year. So like I say, I hope you've enjoyed the little bit of a taster session. I wonder if Mark could give us a little wave before we go. No, he's left. He's left us. So yeah, I'm going to drop off, and you know where we are. But thank you for coming into the session today.